quite literally waited 3 months to make this video. Let's talk about The Lost Boys on Broadway. So 2 weeks ago, I saw this for the second time on Broadway. The first time I saw it in very early previews, so post-Brother cut, but We Kind of Rewind was still there, the ending with Star Singing War was still in there. Very different show than what I saw 2 weeks ago. So first, let's talk about the things that I liked both times. Obviously, Shoshana Bean and Ali Luborsky, phenomenal. I literally walked away from the show saying this is their show. I stand by that, especially following their Tony win, but that was my initial reaction, was wow. Set also, their performances so good. Ali's performance of David has changed so much. It's a lot more intricate, like the voice is much more there, and I love it. Very much stand out from the moment he steps on stage. Same with Shoshana, just giving such an earnest performance. I love all of her songs. I do miss Be Kind of Rewind, but she's just phenomenal. Also, the lighting design, incredible. I've become much more of a fan of lighting design and like specifically paying attention to it in shows, especially as of 2 days ago. I can now call myself a lighting designer. It's so difficult. It just adds that immersion. Most importantly, that final scene they change with David when he comes in at the end and his voice is like floating around the theater. So good. I was literally like, I'm in the Haunted Mansion, which is the greatest compliment I think anything can get from me. But I was right near one of those speakers as well, and he was literally like, he was right there. I thought that was super cool. All of the boardwalk scenes, you can hear like the waves, people on roller coasters, and it's so faint that you can't hear it unless you're like listening for it, but it's there. Be amazed of the lighting design of the show even more. It's so well designed, and I think it's specifically because Michael Arden directed it and lighting designed. Someone else lighting designed it. I'll put her name here. I forget what her name is, but phenomenal. It's so good, and him being the director as well just makes it flow so well with the show. Like every single choice is so intentional because he directed it and lighting designed it. Some specific parts that I really love, the Have to Have You lighting is so good. It just looks so cool and really makes you feel like you're at a rock concert. There's this one moment in Now Forever when there's spotlights literally everywhere in the theater shining on Michael and Star, and it creates a star, and I was like, that's really cute. And then Superhero, there's a moment when Sam's like alone on stage and they use lighting to fill the stage and just make it seem a little bit less empty while the ensemble is changing their costumes to come in for that. So it's so good. Also, the sound design, never once paid attention to sound design in my life until I heard people saying like, oh, this show should have been nominated. The second time I went, I sat right next to a speaker and I could hear everything. Like the way the levels of the orchestrations were so good. I heard so much that I hadn't heard the first time, and it sounded beautiful. Those orchestrations are great. But also like in the comic book scene, there's like a elevator-ish retelling of like Superhero in the background of the comic book shop. Other parts that I absolutely loved both times. That table scene is my favorite scene in the whole show. It's so funny, and the delivery of everyone. Benjamin Pajak going, "Does it burn, bitch?" Best part. I love it so much. Jennifer and Miguel, I always forget Jennifer's last name, but Miguel Gil, the two of them are so funny. I love them so much. And they're serving vocals in New Murder Capital. It sounds so good with their voices, and I love getting to hear them show off a bit more. They're doing amazing work with the material they were given. Also, shout out to the band. They're so good. Every moment that they sing is my favorite. Take My Heart With You is my favorite song of the show just because of how good they sound. Also, writing of that song is great, but every moment they're on stage, I'm so excited, and I'm like, yes, more. They're so good. The final thing that I really liked both times was just this ensemble. They are truly giving it their all. They have so many costume changes. It's amazing. I love all of their like characters that they've created, and it's so fun to just watch them in the background of all the scenes, especially like Have to Have You and all the boardwalk scenes. That was another thing I really paid attention to that second time I saw it, just because it's so fun to watch and it really fills out all of the stage, because there's a lot of times when there's empty stuff on the stage due to them changing out the props, and they truly fill it, and it's just so cool to see people that you're a fan of on Broadway. I've been a fan of Pierre since Tut's Newsies, and then Pierce Wheeler is one of my all-time favorite Evan Hansons, and that honestly made the show for me that first time. I was like, Pierce is on Broadway, and it made me so happy. And it's just so cool to see people you're a fan of be on Broadway and do so good. I love all of the ensemble, and they're all such fun personalities, and it's been so cool to like see them on social media and watch all of their content. Now, onto what I liked more the second time. Michael and Star's relationship has been very much developed since I last saw it. That was one of my biggest takeaways that I didn't like from the first time. I was like, I did not care about the relationship, mostly because I think I was rooting for Michael and David the whole show, but I very much cared about Michael and Star, which they want you to. So all of their scenes have been rewritten, and I like them a lot more. You hear a little bit more about Star, and I cared about her character much more the second time, just because I feel like you hear more about her and like her conflict. Obviously that's explored in more, but I feel like it's further explored in the scenes, and she opens up to Michael a bit more in the most recent version of the show, and I think that really helps their relationship and helps you root for it, as opposed to just it kind of happening. And I was like, okay, cool. That's much better, and I like it a lot more. The new David entrance before the fight scene, so good. I loved it a lot. It added that suspense from the beginning of the show, which I thought that final scene was very much missing. And I think it just fully heightens everything in that scene, and it adds a bit more stakes. Things that I don't like as much. I think my biggest issue with the show is like the balancing of the two tones, because you have that opening scene, which is so good and so suspenseful, and that horror element. But then you have like superpower and like pretty much all of the frog scenes besides Murder Capital, which are like the complete opposite of that. So you have this show that's over here at the beginning and the end with that end credit scene. Those are both there, and that little scene with David when he's coming in for the fight scene. And then you have so much that's over here, and it's kind of like Whiplash, honestly, when you're going from Part With You to the bridge to Secret Comes Out to My Brother the Vampire. Like, they're so different, and having nothing in between to transition to that, I think is so weird. And I like all of them separately. Like, every moment of the show I like on its own, but when they're put together in the order they're put together, it's kind of weird, because like, you have Murder Capital, it's the only thing with the frogs and Sam in Act 1, for the most part. And then they're pretty much all of Act 2. And then you have a lot of the band in Act 1, not as much in Act 2. So if they were to just, I think, intermix more of the frogs, which would have been helped if they kept in Old Murder Capital, which I will stand by. Favorite part of the show, I miss Old Murder Capital. The ensemble singing in it, phenomenal. I love the like, suck it, that chord with the ensemble, so good. And then them doing the flashlight choreography as well. Honestly, I walked away from the show being like, that was my favorite part, and now it's gone. But I love that you get to hear Miguel and Jennifer's voices a lot more. Another standout. I love them so much. They're so good. But yeah, I really miss Old Murder Capital, and I think having more of the frogs in Act 1 would better fit that. And honestly, either adding more horror elements in to Act 2 and then adding more camp to Act 1 would just better balance it out, because it just feels like such a big shift, because it's horror, not horror, horror, and then not horror. So like, I just wish it was more spread out and there was more camp in Act 1 with the vampires. I think that would have more like balanced the show out and made it better to like digest as one cohesive show, as opposed to like little elements of both. Because I think it is possible to do both. The way the show does it doesn't really work, at least for me. A lot of people were laughing during My Brother's Vampire around me, but I don't know, I feel like it doesn't work. But everything alone in the show I love. Like, Power just came out, I listened to that like 3 times since it came out. I love the song, but I don't think it fits as well into the show as I would like it to. And I've said this to a lot of people since seeing the show. I truly wish they had an out of town run, or at least another workshop, because for the most part, every change they made to the show, minus Brother and Murder Capital being changed, I really loved, and I think has benefited the show. So I just wish they had a bit more time to add more and change more, because every change they made was great. So I wish they were able to do that more, and because I would have loved to see what they would have done with that. I feel like you never see Michael become one with the band, because like, you have spoilers when the thing that happens in Act 2 happens. No one's sad about it. Like, you see the band be sad about it, but like, Michael is now part of their family and he's not sad, and I feel like he should be, because we don't really get to see the band interact and be brothers. We're told like, we're brothers, but we never get to see it, and we never truly get to see Michael join in with them besides like that bridge scene. So I wish there was a bit more of that. So like, in Act 2, when it happens, we see more of the effects of it. It just kind of happens and it's, oh, we're in fight mode. The ending is so fast paced that you don't get to see that sit in with anyone. Like, you hear little bits of it in the lines from the band when they're in that final fight scene, but you don't really get to see it settle in that they lost someone. and we don't get to see the effects of it in literally any of the characters. Like, one of my friends said this after we saw the show, but like, you don't see Edgar like be like, oh, I just killed someone, and he's 14. He would have a reaction to that. So it's just really interesting that none of that is explored, and I think it would be really interesting to see that explored. I hope you enjoyed my review. I recently saw the Outsiders tour, so I would love to also make a review on that. Also, if you'd like to hear more about the changes from previews to now, I would love to talk about that. Yeah, because there's a lot of interesting things that were in the show, especially that like first preview, that like first week of previews. There's so many interesting things that were cut, and I would love to talk about that. So yeah, please like and follow, and thanks for watching.